their last home game of the season. It's tough. I'm not defensive about it.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the match reaction for Fulham 1, Chelsea 2. Smash the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Wow, where do we begin? What an afternoon at Craven Cottage. Chelsea rise from the dead on Easter Sunday, and it's that man, Tyrique George, with the equaliser, great finish, and Pedro Neto smashing home a brilliant finish for the winner in stoppage time. I don't know where that came from. I don't know how we did it, but I don't care. It's 3 points on the board. It's massive. With Aston Villa winning yesterday, with obviously us moving ahead of Nottingham Forest, gaining 3 points on Newcastle. City won yesterday as well. So look, we're still in the mix, despite what anyone might think, myself might think. We're still in the mix, and this win was huge. First away win since December as well, by the way. First time we've beaten someone in the top half of the table, or even above 15th, I think, for a significant amount of time as well. So this was crucial on all fronts. But, you know, I have to be honest, the performance wasn't great. The performance wasn't great at all. We just somehow pulled something out of the bag. We dug deep and we found something. 2 moments of individual brilliance kind of bailed us out. But, you know, sometimes that's what you need. And at this stage of the season, guys, I am not going to be complaining about performances. Get me the win anyway, how? Get me those points on the board. And if we can do it, get me that place in the top 5. I don't care if we stink the gaff out every single week. I don't care if we smash and grab. This is the time for delivering in any way possible. And that's what we did today. I felt, you know, Maresca started pretty much our strongest team available. Reece James at right back, Lavia back on the bench, which didn't play, Neto, Madueke wide, Jackson for the middle and whatnot. And truth be told, we were crap in the first half. Absolutely dreadful. Could have gone one down early on offside. The goal we concede is atrocious. It's poor from Reece James. Really, really poor. And it's just a typical goal for us to concede this season and under this manager. And yeah, we offered very little going forward in that first half. Very few opportunities. And things were bad at half time. You know, things were really bad. Players booed off. Fans calling Maresca a wanker as he walked across the Craven Cottage pitch to the tunnel to deliver the team talk. And you're thinking, Jesus, if we don't pull something out of the bag in this second half, things are going to be really, really bad. He makes a couple of changes at the break. Gusto comes on for James. Gusto done well. Obviously picks up an injury. He's probably going to be out for the rest of the season now. And Jadon Sancho come on as well. Made a bit of a difference. And I think this is where Maresca deserves a little bit of credit in terms of getting the substitutions right. George coming on for Jackson later on as well, making a difference down the middle. But you could also look at it on the flip side and think, well, we're doing so badly anyway. Those were the obvious changes they had to make to try and get something out of the game. So you can look at it both ways, but the changes did make a difference, whether they were obvious changes to make or not. And delighted for Tyrique George as well. You know, he comes on, first Premier League goal, brilliant finish. The fans were chanting his name throughout. And the away end, by the way, today, absolutely outstanding. Probably the best away end of the season. Fans non-stop singing throughout the whole 90 minutes. And that Craven Cottage stand away end was shaking when Tyrique George scored, and we're getting a Tyrique George chant going as well. So unbelievable fans today. Fair play to the fans. We all turned up. It was superb. Great atmosphere. And that's what we need more of going forwards between now and the rest of the season. But George, you know, is someone that I'm not even sure is going to be at the club next season. But once again, he's proving that he can make an impact. He should be starting more games, or at the very least, he should be an impact sub and have that role. Come on, play down the middle, last 15, 20 minutes of a game to try and shake things up, try and offer something a little bit different. He's proven now that he can deliver in the Premier League and that he does deserve more minutes in the league. So really, really brilliant for him. Delighted for him. Neto, fantastic goal. And the scenes at full time today were wonderful, you know. It could have been so different. It just goes to show you how fine these margins are in football, you know. We don't get that last-minute winner. We don't get those scenes at full time. The players loving it. The fans loving it as well. Really good scenes. Lovely scenes. You know, great moments shared together. But it so easily could have been so very, very different. You know, we're not going to keep getting away, you know, with getting results like that. You know, you can't rely on last minute winners all the time. There's a reason why that we haven't won away from home since December before today. It's because we've not been playing very well. It's because we're not a very good team. But we found a way today. We found a way today. And I'm not going to say we deserved it, but there was a bit of a miracle today, and we got it, and we take it, and we run to the hills with it, and we take that +3, and then we hope that Tottenham do us a favour against Nottingham Forest tomorrow night. It's as simple as that. I mean, some of Maresca's comments after the game, I'm a little bit unsure about it. It shows you where the mentality is right now, saying that it's already been a good season. You know, even if we, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something along the lines of, "It's already been a good season," and that goal doesn't change the fact that it's been a good season. I was like, mate, the season's not finished yet, and he's talking about it being a good season. You know, about, oh, haven't been in the Champions League for the last 3 years, even in a Champions League spot. The goal doesn't change. It's already a good season. It's not already a good season, brother. It's not a good season because we spent the most of the season in the top 5. That doesn't make it a good season. It'll be a good season if we win the Conference League and we win, and we get in the top 5. But I think that kind of goes to show you where the mentality is, you know, in terms of claiming that a Champions League spot would still represent a good season. No, that's poor. That's poor. That's poor. That's poor. It really is. But yeah, you know, I'm happy with today. Forget the performance. Give me the 3 points. And that looked like a group of players that were absolutely playing for this manager, and we're playing for the team, and we're playing for the badge, you know. I had a few question marks in midweek about effort being put in, about whether players are playing for this manager still. I questioned it, but I think that today shows you they absolutely are playing for this manager. And you cannot underestimate how vital this result is. Absolutely huge, because that can give us a big confidence boost now going into Everton at home next week. And I said before, we need 4 wins from the last 6. That's 1. We've got 3 home games left. Have to turn up next weekend against Everton. If we can get something against Liverpool and beat Man United, that could be enough. And we want to put it in a situation where even if we do lose against Forest and Newcastle, it actually might not matter. And that's kind of the position that we sort of need to try and put ourselves in. I said for a while now, I still think it was going to go down to that final game. Chelsea Forest, winner takes Champions League football. That's what I think. And it's looking like it could well go down to the wire. So things have absolutely closed up again. We've done our job for once. We've actually taken advantage of Newcastle dropping points. We've actually managed to match City's result, and now the pressure's on Nottingham Forest to get a result at Tottenham. So let's see what they can do over to them now. But yeah, massive for the players, massive for the fans, massive for the manager as well. You know, obviously he was quickly down the tunnel at full time. Wanted to let the players have the moment with the fans. Fair enough. Difficult afternoon for Maresca, but yeah, that win for him is huge, because a loss today, and it would have been very, very hard for him to come back from this. And it would have been very difficult for him to kind of stay in his position. It would have almost been kind of untenable. Once you lose the match-going fans, or the majority of the match-going fan base, that's a very, very difficult thing to come back from. So that was huge for everyone involved at the club today. And look, we enjoy it for what it is. We take the 3 points, we enjoy it, and then we move on and we fully focus on beating Everton at Stamford Bridge next weekend. Simple as that. But yeah, just a huge, huge sense of relief. Huge sense of relief, because it really wasn't looking good with about 10, 15 minutes left. It wasn't looking good at all. I was fearing the worst, thinking it was going to get very toxic, thinking, where on earth do we go from here? Season would have fully been over. But luckily, and somehow Chelsea always seem to find a way when the backs are against the wall. That game reminded me of the Aston Villa away in the Cup last season. Obviously, didn't play anywhere near as well, but the pressure going into that game, we needed to get a result. No one really fancied us to get a result. And somehow we just pulled a result out the bag, and hopefully we can use that as a bit of momentum and to give us some confidence and pick up some results in these final few games. And that top 5 dream is somehow still alive. It's incredible, really, when you think about it, that we are still in with a chance of qualifying for the Champions League, given how poor we've been for the vast majority, well, how poor we've been since Christmas. Incredible to still find ourselves in the mix. And we've got to take advantage of the inconsistency from other sides and the weakness of the Premier League in general this season. So yeah, massive win. great for the fans, great for the players. I wasn't expecting it. I'm absolutely delighted with it. Not too much really to say about the game itself, but yes, get in there, lads. Up the Chelsea, smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you again in another one soon, and we're out. Peace.